Facts about Antarctica. It lies almost entirely within the Antarctic Circle, meaning temperatures are consistently below zero for most of the year. At the bottom of our planet is the continent of Antarctica. Antarctica holds over 90% of the world's ice. Roald Amundsen discovered the South Pole means Antarctica in 1910. He was the first explorer to walk to the North Pole in 1926. If you stand at the South Pole, you are at the southernmost point on Earth. It doesn't matter which way you look, every direction is north. It's based on the prime meridian, an imaginary line which passes through Greenwich in the UK at 0 degrees of longitude. If you stand at the South Pole and face towards Greenwich, everything to your left is West Antarctica and everything to your right is East Antarctica. Antarctica is 99% covered by ice. The glaciers that surround these continents are called ice sheets. The average thickness of Antarctica ice is about 1.6 kilometers. About 70% of the world's freshwater reserves are stored in the ice caps and ice sheets of this continent. South Pole means Antarctica is surrounded by the world's stormiest seas and large floating ice caps for almost all months of the year. The largest polar desert in the world is considered to be Antarctica, because it rains only 8 inches annually, and that too mostly in the mountainous areas. This is 90% of the fresh water on Earth, but in the form of ice. Lake Vostok was closed under thick ice about 15 million years ago, but has remained in isolation for about 25 million years. Lake Vostok is one of the largest lake of the 400 lakes in Antarctica. Deep, dark and mysterious. This is the identity of Lake Vostok, the world's largest subglacial lake. Another one, Lake Taylor Glacier. Blood red water flows from a spring flowing from this glacier. Scientists did many research on this, but no definite result came out. The color of the water of this spring is red for centuries. The place where this waterfall is located, the temperature is always in minus, but the waterfall still flows. There are so many mysterious lakes here. February 9, 1982. Under the leadership of Dr. Syed Zahor Qasim, India's first Antarctic continent expedition team left southern Gangotri, Maitri, and center of India. This continent is also called the continent dedicated to science, because there are scientific research centers of different countries which have been built to do research on the continent's structure, climate, fossil environment, minerals, plant ecology, geology, etc. Penguin, which is the famous flightless bird, is found on this continent. There is no sunrise here, from the 22nd of March to the 23rd of September, and it does not sunset between the 24th of September and the 21st of March. But why is it dark in Antarctica for 6 months? The seasons on Earth are caused by the tilt of the planet's axis with respect to the Sun, and as the Earth orbits the Sun, different parts of the planet are directly exposed to sunlight. According to NASA, during the summer, Antarctica is on the side of the Earth that is tilted towards the Sun and is in constant sunlight. In winter, Antarctica is on the side of the Earth that is tilted away from the Sun, causing the continent to be dark. The driest place on Earth is in Antarctica. About 5.3 million years ago, Antarctica was a very warm place, so warm that palm trees grew easily on its shores. The temperature here used to be more than 20 degrees Celsius at that time. The dry valleys are so named because of their extremely low humidity and lack of snow or ice cover. They are also dry because, at this location, the mountains are high enough. The Taylors and Wrights are in the major snow-free valleys of the Transantarctic Mountains. These dry valleys include frozen lakes, salt ponds, sand dunes, and moist glaciers with meltwater slopes. The Rift of Lochs consists of late Precambrian or early Paleozoic Scanton group metamorphic rocks. Endolithic bacteria have been found living in dry basins, sheltered from the dry air in the relatively moist interior of rocks. "90 million years ago, the Earth used to be very hot. And it is believed that about 90 million years ago there was a temperate rainforest on West Antarctica. Research published in Live Science suggests that Antarctica was once a rainforest. In 2017, a team of international researchers found remnants of a rainforest beneath the seafloor ice near Pine Island Glacier in West Antarctica. German researcher geologist John Klages told that as soon as the team saw it, they understood that they had found something unusual. It had a surface of a different color which was 90 million years old. When it was examined in the lab with a computer tomography scanner, then it came to know from its digital image that there is a dense network of roots in its entire soil. Pollen, seeds and remains of flowering plants belonging to the Cretaceous period can be found in this soil, which is considered to be the era from 14 crore years ago to 6 crore years ago. After studying these pollens and seeds, paleoecologist researcher Ulrich Salzman suggested that 90 million years ago, West Antarctica had dense and rich temperate rainforests. In the Cretaceous period, dinosaurs used to roam the Earth and the sea level used to be about 197 meters higher than today's level. At that time the sea surface temperature in the tropics used to be around 35 degrees. In this environment, the rainforest environment flourished in Antarctica. Then there was a mild climate. The annual average temperature was 12 degrees Celsius. The average temperature in summer was up to 19 degrees and the temperature of rivers and water reservoirs was 20 degrees. Sunlight does not reach Antarctica for 4 months, so how the average temperature was so high then? Researchers argue that the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was very high at that time, due to which the temperature of the Earth itself was high. The study of the remains shows that the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was higher than scientists had estimated. One more thing is known from these studies. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide are capable of raising the temperature by how much? So much so that today's icy Antarctica was once a rainforest. Researchers also believe that how important is the ice sheet there for us today. Such meteorites have been found in the depths of Antarctica, which can reveal how the Earth was formed billions of years ago. One of these meteorites weighs 7.6 kilograms. These meteorites have been found by the team of scientists who went for a reconnaissance mission in Antarctica from December 11, 2022 to January 11, 2023. Maria Schoenbachler, professor at the Department of Earth Sciences, at Zurich, from Switzerland, said,
"Meteorites are rocks that have fallen from space in the form of broken stars. Earlier, 3 successful Belgian-Japanese missions collected. To top it all, when the team returned, they had a beautiful surprise in their luggage, a 7.6 kilograms meteorite. Such a large meteorite is very rare in Antarctica." Such meteorites come from the asteroid belt and fall into the blue ice of Antarctica, waiting in the ice for hundreds of thousands of years before being discovered. It belongs to the oldest material that can be found on the Earth and is similar to the building block of the Earth.
Steam billows continuously from Mount Erebus in McMurdo, Antarctica. Mount Erebus is 3,794 meters high, which is the highest active volcano in Antarctica. At present, this volcano is visible as a volcano of steam. The picture is also surprising because this volcano carrying hot lava in itself is standing in the world's most icy area. Not only this, scientists have given another surprising information about this area. Using seismic and magnetotelluric data, scientists have discovered a saline groundwater rive more than a kilometer beneath a stream of Antarctic ice. Research has shown that the emperor penguin is at high risk of extinction by 2100. The emperor penguin is the largest penguin in the world and one of only 2 penguin species endemic to Antarctica. It gives birth during the Antarctic winter and requires solid sea ice to nest from April to December. The land-based species of Antarctica have adapted themselves to survive in the coldest, windiest, highest, driest continent on Earth. These species include 2 flowering plants, hardy mosses and lichens, many microscopic organisms, tough invertebrates and hundreds of thousands of breeding seabirds. As global temperatures continue to rise, the ice-free areas of Antarctica are expected to expand, rapidly changing the habitat available to wildlife. Furthermore, as extreme weather events increase, the likelihood of damage to Antarctica's plants and animals is high. Only $23 million US per year would be enough to implement 10 key strategies to reduce threats to Antarctica's biodiversity. The funding will benefit the conservation of 84% of Antarctica's terrestrial bird, mammal and plant populations. Limiting global warming is the most effective way to secure the future of Antarctica's fauna. If you have to work in Antarctica, the first thing you will have to do is get your teeth and appendix removed, even if they are perfectly healthy, because there are no surgical facilities available at workstations here, and if it is cold, if something happens to you because of this, your surgery will not be done here. No one can stay here for long.
So most people that come to Antarctica come for the wildlife, for the penguins, but I'm drawn by the ice, and I think most people that come here, that's the resounding memory that they have when they walk away. Today, we're in a place called Sierra Cove, a land jam full of ice. There's glaciers pouring down from all the mountains surrounding us. There's icebergs floating in the water. The sound of bubbles popping, the sound of ice grinding against itself. It permeates this place, and it's definitely the most magical part of Antarctica, in my opinion. Now you have to multiply what you see above water by about 7 or 8, so that's what's below water. So there's much more mass and surface area down there. So it's the currents that are moving these guys around. So the dimples show that they flipped or rolled over at one point, and while they were being pushed by the currents, the water is creating these dimples or these indentations, kind of like golf balls.
Fabulous. We're having such a good time.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's everything I imagined that Antarctica would be like, and even more. It's not as freezing, but it's cold. But be able to stand there and be feet from wildlife is incredible, and to watch the glaciation and the table ice and everything else is just an amazing experience.
Thank you for watching About Atlantic Facts.